Step by step, day by day. And Scott Stapp, that guy from Creed. Did you know that every Creed song was based on an ep of Step by Step? You probably did, and so now shut up and learn. It's time for Step by Step.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to a podcast. And the podcast is Step by Stapp, and it's a show, and I am one of the hosts. I am Chris McCarthy, and Rob Haddon is here as well. He's the co-host. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you. And I'd like to say welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Not a podcast. This is the podcast.
This is the only podcast as far as I'm concerned. You're right, Rob.
And the only podcast as far as I'm concerned that talks about two things and two things only. Scott Stapp, the lead singer of Creed, and the show Step by Step.
Yep. There are no other shows doing this.
And there's a good reason for that.
Well, it's because no one has figured out that those two things are in fact related.
Except for all of you, because we've explained it to you, but you know what? We've patented it, and if you steal the idea, we will sue you.
Please do not start a competing podcast.
Someday,
to this podcast.
if and when we stop doing this,
yeah,
don't think that that's room for you to just start.
You cannot
steal our
just
idea, okay?
get in there and steal our idea. It's not fair. It's not legal.
Yeah, don't just get in there.
No. So, but you're right, Rob, that this show is about Creed. It's about Step by Step, and it's about the fact that Scott Stapp wrote all of his songs about specific step-by-step episodes. We do it every time we record. We talk about those things.
As I've discussed with you in front of the listeners and, off air as well, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, well, so that does lead me to something that we have to talk about, which is that there are two big announcements going on today.
There's an elephant in the room.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
There's two elephants in the room.
I distinctly see two massive, fat-ass old elephants.
Well, no, I was speaking metaphorically. I think you're hallucinating. You're having one of those kind of like heffalumps and woozles kind of
like
things.
Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh, yeah.
So I was picturing the drunk guy from the old Bugs Bunny cartoons who sees the pink elephants.
Yeah.
But either way, I was also speaking metaphorically, Rob. I don't actually see elephants in the room right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
I see. If you showed me one, I would see it. It's not like I can't see elephants. We have an announcement to make, two, like I said. One is related to us. One is related to our good friend, Scott Stapp. Let's get the first elephant out of the way and say something, which is that the time has come, ladies and gentlemen, for Step by Step to go away.
The way of the dodo, if you will.
Yes. We are officially going to stop doing this podcast for good.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. I don't know about forever, but for definitely most of the rest of our lives.
Listen, I think I made a promise in the very beginning that we would do this for like 173 episodes.
I think we said 100.
I'm making a promise now that we're done forever.
Yes.
Obviously, I can be trusted and I stick to my word.
Well, we did say in the pilot, I think we said 172
I think you're right.
Or until everyone gets it. And
That's fair.
I think everyone's gotten it. And I think also that, Rob, you and I are sick of it. And we're not sick of podcasting. So let me say this, because we will do, and I'm sorry, people might be hearing this and be like, thank Christ, they're finally done. I can't believe I've been listening to it this long, and goodbye. And they're going to delete the app right now, the entire podcast app. Don't do it.
Don't delete iTunes.
Do not delete iTunes.
Don't delete Stitcher.
No.
Please don't delete. If you're listening on Google Podcasts or Google Play, don't do that.
There might be some people out there
don't do that.
Who are tempted to chuck their phone into the trash, and I have to tell you, stop.
Unless you have like a good insurance policy or like a backup phone, or you just got a new one, you were going to trade in the old one, please don't throw it down a sewer.
Don't throw your phones down the sewer, guys, because what's happening is, yes, we are ending this show, and we're ending it not today. What we realize is that we're coming up.
Maybe not today.
What's this?
Maybe not tomorrow.
Yes.
No, that's it. I think that's from Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
Secret of the Ooze.
Yes, correct.
We're movie buffs. So we are not ending the show today. What we realized was that we are coming up on our 3-year anniversary at the end of April. And that got us thinking, it's like, one, that's kind of cool. We've been doing this 3 years. And then also, wow, we've been doing this 3 years.
Yeah.
This is episode 80 of this show.
Yeah.
Which is about what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
And so that caused us to kind of reflect back. And then we're like, wait, what? It almost feels like 3 years is a long time. A lot
Correct.
of stuff. We started in the Obama era. Let me just remind everyone. I don't want to get it. We're not politics. But
And it feels
just
longer ago than it actually was.
To put a timestamp on it, when we started this, Obama was president.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And then also, like, it just became a thing that I do. Like, every 2 weeks, I do this with you. And then I was like, it's fun. I enjoy doing it. But the parts of it that I enjoy the least are the parts generally where we talk about the show step by step and the Creed song. Like, those parts I could really do without.
And it's really just because, look, we're both huge Creed fans, and I don't think we're gonna go against that at this point, right? No big reveal there. That's not an elephant in the room at all.
Yeah, but it's because I'm listening to it all day. And then I gotta come here and listen to it with you.
I don't want to have to do my favorite thing at work, right?
Yes.
I need some separation. I want to hate what I'm doing at
Right.
work, right? And I consider this work.
Well, that's part of the problem, Rob, is that this is starting to feel like work, but not all of it. Like, I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy doing the silly things that we do on the show. And then sometimes we're doing things that I'm having so much fun doing them. And then we have to stop doing the thing that we're doing to then talk about an episode of Step by Step.
Right. The point that really centers this show feels like it derails what we're doing.
It really does. And the fact that you show up here at my house and then we're like talking, what are we going to do for the episode tonight? And then it's like, cool, this sounds fun. Let's do that. And they're like, wait, we have to watch the Step by Step episode.
Yeah. And it's so...
And then we have to go and we're watching the Hulu ads version. And good Lord, all the ads. And listen, we've come a long way there too. If you remember, original fans, you might remember we used to watch this on pirate websites.
GorillaVid.com.
GorillaVid, where every time we watched it, we were taking our computers' lives in our hands.
Yeah. I mean, it was worse when we got over to Hulu, though, because we almost got the Hulu virus.
That was definitely a thing that happened.
Right?
Yes,
Terrifying.
yes. Lord Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis.
Yeah, it was Huey Lewis. That's right.
It was Huey Lewis.
Yep. So that's canon and little nod to the fans. Now, so we are ending the show at the end of April. This episode, 2 more episodes, and then we're donezo. So we're going to do a big finale, and then we're going to go off with a bang, and then we're going to come back with a different show.
Also with a bang.
We're going to come back with it. We're going out with a bang.
Go out with a bang.
Coming back with a bang. It's going to be like the Big Bang Theory, which came back left.
And I know what you're thinking.
Came back Young Sheldon. We're not doing Young Step by Step.
I know what you're thinking. We are not going to make a show about the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, no,
We're
no,
kind of
no.
getting out of this whole TV sitcom genre.
It's tying us down. I don't want to give away what the new show is.
No.
Because
we know what it is.
We have an idea. It's
more than an idea.
super good.
Yeah.
You all are going to love it. If you like this show, you will like our new show. And part of me also was conflicted even about that. I was like, wow, it's 2019. What does the world need? Another podcast?
Well, look, we're 1 in, 1 out, right? It's like me and my wife and my kids, right? Me and my wife are 2 people. We had 2 kids. We're just putting back what we're taking out of it, right? Eventually, me and my wife will be gone, and we replaced it with 2
replacements.
people.
Yes,
It's 1 in, 1 out.
It's net zero.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are doing that. It just
net
feels
zero. No, I'm running Juno on my computer.
sorry.
I have free internet.
Sorry. But you're right. And so it's like, part of it though, to me still a little bit feels like starting as 2 straight white guys in 2019, starting a new podcast. It feels offensive. It feels like we're not doing like a neo-Nazi.
We're
doing harm. No, totally not. I'm saying just the act itself, regardless of what the podcast is.
Act of what? Being a white male in America?
Starting a podcast.
Listen, the next podcast also will not be politics. I want to say that.
No. We're not doing politics. I'm just saying, to me, I look around at podcasts and I go, wow, there's a lot of them, and a lot of the people doing it look and sound like us. And so we have an idea to do another one. A lot of them post their pictures online.
Okay, and you're going and looking it up?
No, they're podcasts.
Like a podcast yearbook out there?
There's a lot of Twitter people who follow you. Like, you follow me, I'll follow you. I don't want to bore you with that because I do the social media.
I don't do Twitter.
So,
yeah.
right.
You do the social media.
Yes.
We like to keep it that way. Very
But-
specific reasons why.
Fact remains, show's over. Nothing to see here, right?
But this episode is not over.
No, this
We are
episode is
gonna
just
do it.
beginning, and that is only announcement one of the two big announcements we
One
have.
elephant out of the room.
Elephant is gone. I cannot see it anymore. Second elephant.
Love to watch it go, but I hate to watch it come.
Something like that. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh,
The other elephant.
the other elephant in the room, which is the other big announcement, which is good news. And this is related to our friend Stapp. He's got a new album coming out. He's got a new song, and the new song came out today. Now, I'm saying today because as of this recording, it came out today. When you listen to it, it'll be a week old. It'll be the number one hit single. It'll be all over. Like you'll be stuck in your head, and like that Baby Shark song. But
Yeah, is everyone listening to that song, by the
don't-
way?
I don't know.
How did that get so
I don't-
popular that
I
like
don't
every
know.
kid is listening to it?
it's insane, and it
there's,
makes
like,
me
remixes
It makes
now?
me mad. Oh, there's a lot of remixes.
It's
it makes
driving me nuts.
even just the fact that I mentioned it, I'm mad at myself because now it's in my head.
I start singing it sometimes.
It's unfortunately very. There's something about it that is so catchy yet so bad. I hate it. It makes me
It's
mad.
the worst song ever.
It makes me so mad.
yeah.
If you don't know what it is, don't look it up.
No, but like look it up though, because you should probably know what's happening. in the
Baby
world.
Shark.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do 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 do.
Stop.
do, Baby shark. Do 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 do. Baby shark. Do 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 do. Baby shark.
anyway, my point was that the Scott Stapp song that came out today,
Yeah.
called "The Purpose of Pain," that is going to be the new Baby Shark
I feel like
in
it's
a week.
message to us though. The purpose of pain.
Yeah,
Like it's painful for us to do this podcast, but it comes with a purpose.
and it's painful to
Do you think he's
say
writing songs
goodbye
about this podcast now?
Oh boy, Rob, you're getting very deep, and I don't know if I'm ready to go that deep. So
We can talk about it more later.
we can. Well, so one of the things that we wanted to do, because the song came out, it's called "Purpose of Pain." We have not even heard it yet, right? I heard a little bit of it just now when I pulled it up on my computer. We don't know the lyrics. We don't know the music. We don't know
Nope.
anything. All we know is it came out today, and we're going to let you in on our process. So right now, this is a brand new song that is definitely about an episode of Step by Step. And so what
We have
we
no
are...
idea which one.
No, we don't. Although we do have an episode of Step by Step to talk about today.
We also don't have a song for that episode.
Right.
We have been going through
Yeah.
everything, and we've
It's
been
kinda
repeating
weird.
songs, as you all know.
Yeah, and even those, none of them are
Nothing.
matching up to this episode. So
Even like the strings version of songs, still not working out.
no. So I don't know. Listen, there's no way that this new song that Scott Stapp released today, "The Purpose of Pain,"
Just the one single song that he released today.
there's no way.
Not even the whole album.
No, yeah, there's no way that happens to be about this episode of season 4 that we just watched, where the kids of the clan go to therapy because they find out that Frank and Carol are having a baby.
Right.
There's no way it's about that. But we're going to analyze that song in depth, and then we're going to figure out which episode it goes to, because it probably goes to one. If it doesn't go to any songs, then listen, we were right about leaving this show behind. I do want to throw this out there, though, for the listeners. We used to get people leaving us voicemails and texts, which was very nice. And then everyone stopped doing that, and everyone stopped giving any sort of any feedback at all anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm not
So-
even sure if we've been having any listens
I'm
every
not-
week and downloads. I
I'm
have no
honestly
idea
not
if there's
either.
even an audience.
Could just be a bunch of bots, honestly. I don't know.
I don't even know if we've been releasing episodes, to be honest with you.
We
These
have.
might all just be in the can. I have no idea.
I've been
Have you?
releasing them. Yes, I promise.
Okay.
But I did want to throw this out there. Feel free to leave us a goodbye voicemail on the Step by Step hotline, and we will play it on the finale. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, it is obviously 209 Stapp it, 209-782-7748. Optimum.com. And
IO digital cable.
sorry, that's right. So yeah, feel free to leave a voicemail there to say whatever you want to say, but really you should thank us for the years of
Service?
laughter,
Yeah.
and fun, and education,
Yeah.
and
enlightenment,
and giving you purpose. You should really just give us a rundown of all the things that you should be thanking us for, and then thank us for them. And I have to say this first, you should probably apologize to us for not telling more of your friends about the show.
Yeah.
Because
it's not like this show's would be around anyway if we had better ratings. Like, yeah, sure. If we had like 20 million listeners, would we still do it? No,
sure.
we'd still make the same decision that we're done.
We would
right?
end it. We would end it. And don't go out and make this the number one podcast in the entire world and top the charts just to like prank us, okay? Because we're not falling for it.
I don't care if all of a sudden like we start getting calls from Gimlet and Earwolf and Headgum to say, "Hey, come on and be our flagship podcast." No,
right?
We're done, son.
Yeah, decision's been made. So don't prank us by making us the number one podcast in the entire world. Do not do that.
Don't even think about it.
Don't think about making this go viral.
I will say also, when you call us, I want to hear one other thing is what kind of void is going to be left in your life because we're no longer in it?
Oh, that's a good point.
I want you to really think about that.
So yeah, think about that before you call. But so first start off with an apology. Sorry for not telling more of my friends about your show.
Also, apologize, please. If you have not called us before, apologize for that.
Oh yeah, I assume everyone who calls will have called us before.
And if you have called us before, please apologize for not keeping in touch.
Maybe, yeah. No, I guess why not? But if you have told your friends about it, maybe you're thinking like, I want to call, but should I apologize? I have told friends; they just don't listen. Apologize for not being more persuasive.
Yeah, and apologize for your friends
on behalf
not
of your
taking
friends.
your advice. Yeah.
Name names too. I want to know names.
Names and give us their phone numbers. I want names and numbers
of people who you told who decided not to listen.
So I'm going to reach out to them personally. And they're not going to answer because no one answers calls.
Rob's going to robocall them.
Yeah, I'm going to robocall them and I'm going to leave voicemails. That is the podcast.
Yes. Just a 40-minute voicemail recording of the most recent episode.
Yeah. So and I'm going to call over and over and I'm going to leave each episode going back to the beginning.
That's great.
That's a good use of my time.
80 calls in a row.
Yeah, to however many people you give us names and numbers.
We're going to fill up some voicemail boxes.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
There's going to be a lot of data taken up at T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. I'm sorry. Maybe some Metro PCS, maybe some Cricket Wireless. I don't know what kind of friends you got.
And then the last thing I want to say is that if you are female, please call. Every voicemail we've gotten has been a dude. And thank you, dudes, for doing this. And thank you for the dudes who are going to maybe call in again or for the first time. If you're a female who listens to the show, let us know because everyone...
You're getting a little creepy and I really want to know where you're going with this.
No. I just want to show that we have a balanced audience.
Is this just because your wife says only dudes listen to this?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's probably right.
She is.
So now here's
my wife listens though.
Well, here's another thing. Oh, tell her to call.
She's not going to call.
Tell her to call.
My wife is not going to call you.
Fine. If you're listening to this and you're not a female, you're a dude, if you want to call and do like a Mrs. Doubtfire thing and pretend to be a female, and maybe if you could be convincing, that's fine. If you can't, that's also fine. I'll pretend I don't know.
Yeah.
How's that?
And look, if you don't want to call, if you're too embarrassed to call, and don't worry, we don't actually pick up. We let it go to voicemail, right? We screen all our calls.
Oh yeah, I don't even think it rings.
It rings on my phone.
Is it really?
Yeah, of course it does. But
Okay.
I don't answer.
I thought you had it set to go right to voicemail.
No, it rings.
Weird.
I just don't answer it.
Okay.
I just like to see who's calling, and then I look up the number and see what state it's in. And,
Got it.
Try to see if I can find that information from you on whitepages.com.
No.
And then I'm building a CRM.
We don't do that. Please go on.
But but if you don't want to call, if you're a little too nervous or afraid or embarrassed, you can just send us a text. Send us a text, but please include a photo.
Well, okay. So now they're not going to do that.
No, any photo. It doesn't have to be of you.
Just a photo of anything.
Anything.
All right. So if you're going to text, please send us a picture with the text. Ideally, not of you. Send us a picture of something.
It could be either. It could be whatever you want. It could be a plant. It could be your foot. It could be
a cat.
Yeah.
Anything.
Elephants. Yeah, like just don't have it be like a Getty image, okay, or like watermarked. I want a non-watermarked photo.
I think that's only fair. So just to go over the rules again, if you're going to call to say goodbye to us at the show, and we'll play it on the finale. I promise we will. Apologize.
Twice.
then thank us. If you're a girl, that's great. If you're a guy, pretend to be a girl. If you text, send a picture of anything.
And please be sure to let us know that the void in your life.
Oh, right. Don't forget.
How big is that void? And then what do you think you're going to fill it with?
Well, we have a new show that we're going to do. So let's not do that.
But we might take a little time off. So don't expect it to come out right away.
Well, right. But what if they find something great that they're going to fill the void with?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Wait,
new show.
Listen, we will be there for you. We just need you to wait for us.
Yes,
okay?
the void will happen, and then we'll immediately fill your void.
Yeah, just assume that we went off to war and we got captured. Just assume we're going to be coming home eventually. So don't cheat on us.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Don't go out and fuck other podcasts.
Yes. I really hope someone calls in now. Imagine if no one calls in after all that.
It's going to be really depressing.
It is. On the finale, we just played no voicemails. People heard this, decided not to call in, and then listened to us not play any voicemails.
And then we're just going to think that no one listened to this?
Then I can be pretty sure that it is just bots out there.
Yeah. Oh boy, this could really kind of just
oh sure.
Right, so listen, guys,
we're setting ourselves up for big time failure.
Do not assume that someone else will do it. Okay, this is basically become like an NPR pledge drive.
Yes.
Listen, folks.
Yep.
Don't assume that someone else is going to do it for you. If you've enjoyed this podcast, if you enjoy what comes into your ears every 2 weeks, just give us a call.
Just give us a call
or
a text.
Or a text. Just include a picture. That's all we're asking.
Just if you're doing a text, include a picture. Yeah.
If you'd like to join our sustainer program.
If you want to call monthly, we're going off the air, Rob.
The number will be there. You can call.
Yeah, that's true.
Stapp
You could still call it. You could.
STA
if it makes you feel better, you could do it.
Yeah, you can call every month.
Yep.
And just let us know that you still miss us and you want us back. We won't come back, though. It's futile.
Most of those pledges have a time limit. And speaking of time limits, Rob.
Oh, boy.
we got to get into the next segment. So, anyways, we got to talk about Step by Step. We got to talk about the episode of Step by Step where, the kids, I said, go to therapy because they find out that Frank and Carol are having a baby. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to take you, the listener, into our lab to show you how we arrive at which song's about which episode. And we're going to listen to the song that Scott Stapp released today called The Purpose of Pain. And it's going to be good. And we're ending the show.
So when we come back from the break, we will see you from the lab, which is, if you remember, in the basement of Planet Fitness.
Yes, we're going to Planet Fitness right now.
So hold on. We got to move all the equipment and stuff. Whatever. It'll all sound the same, but we got to go.
Yeah, I'll stop it and then we'll go.
Turn it off.
Okay.
Step by step.
You're having a baby? Mom, we're already living 3 to a room. Don't you think it's about time to shut down the old assembly line? Really, Mother? I mean, having a 7th child? That's so third world.
So that was a clip from Step by Step, and that's about the kids finding out that Carol is pregnant, and you heard what Karen said. A little bit problematic, Rob, in 2019, if you ask me, to be saying what she said.
Yeah, I think we don't call them third world countries anymore, right?
I don't know what the term is, but the way she said it, I don't like.
I feel like that was okay for back then, right? Like if it's just like a different time.
That was totally okay back then.
Like back then, everyone was like, ha, ha, that's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh man, African children with distended bellies. I'm
Poor
not going to send them
people.
$1 a month.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of the joke they were going for. Anyway, this episode is about the kids in the clan finding out that Carol's pregnant, and they don't take it well. And they don't take it well so much so that Carol, immediately after that family meeting where she announces it and they all are upset, she goes, well, we got to go to therapy.
Like immediately, 0 to 100, real quick.
Yeah. So
real quick.
Not just like, let's let them process this, give them a day or so. They'll be fine with it. Eventually, we have 9 months to get used to this. No, we're going to family therapy today.
Because we need an episode.
Well, yeah,
we need something.
That's the reason.
Because like, what if she just told the kids and they were like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like 2 of us are in college. The other one's going to be in college next year.
Right.
We're all going to be out of the house pretty soon.
So they go to therapy.
Yeah.
Therapist is a guy who looks like a poor man's Harold Ramis, we decided.
What's a rich man's Harold Ramis? Is it just
Harold Ramis? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a rich man, and he was Harold Ramis. This guy probably not rich,
No, definitely not rich.
but looks like a shitty Harold Ramis. He was shorter than Harold Ramis.
Much
he
shorter.
was fatter than Harold
was like
Ramis.
6'4", right? He's
Oh,
a
I don't
big
know.
dude.
He was tall, yeah. And
He was like old, fat Harold Ramis, but short.
yes, and he played the therapist. And he goes, "All right, I want to talk to you guys one at a time to get your thoughts on this situation, this
To get the most
baby
money I can get out of your insurance company.
situation." Yes. And so he brings the all the kids in one at a time, and then they have confessional. They're looking at the camera and they're talking about how they feel about this baby. The therapist then goes, "Okay, that was nice. I do want to see one of you more frequently than the others."
Yeah, the
And-
one of legal age.
Yeah. So who he's singling out here is Carol.
Yeah.
And it's because Carol she thinks that she doesn't have any problems,
Yeah.
right? So she's like, all these people need therapy. I don't need therapy. The therapist goes, "You need therapy." And it's because she's a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
It's because she is so concerned with things being perfect that she wants to rearrange the doctor's diplomas on the wall.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm actually having a bit of deja vu here. I feel like they did this in an episode where Carol and Frank went to couples therapy.
That could be true.
I think she ended up being the one who...
that we talked about.
Who else would I have talked about this?
Well, maybe you saw it when you were a kid.
No.
Okay.
You're the only one who remembers episodes of this.
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't, because
I
all
do.
these episodes are so plain Jane.
I did. I also remembered this one as we were watching it. I was like, I saw this one.
Yeah, I don't remember
When it
these.
was on.
My wife remembers them too. I'm
It was
not
the
actually
part
sure
where
I watched this show.
the part where Cody turns into a werewolf.
I'm not actually sure that I lived... Well, yeah, that's another
That's the
B-plot that we're not
B-plot.
even going to talk about, but Cody turns into a werewolf.
It was the plot that we decided we weren't going to talk about, and then it happened, and Cody literally actually turns into a werewolf on screen.
But then he wakes up and it's a dream.
Yeah, but they show him turn into a werewolf.
But like the way he turned into a werewolf was so unbelievably like the special effects were so bad because
Sure.
it was basically him having different amounts of hair on him, and they would just kind of like blend into the next scene, right?
dissolve into a new shot of
exactly.
him. But I did remember that, and but we're not going to talk about it.
So anyway,
Yeah.
this has happened. They've had this whole plot line where Carol wants them to go to therapy, and it turns out Carol's the one that needs therapy.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
it's
sure
the
you're right.
crazy woman, right?
I'm sure you're right, and that's why we're not doing the show anymore,
yeah.
because we've done it all.
We've already done this before, guys.
This episode, Step by Step, is recycling episodes. We're recycling episodes. What is left?
I have to tell you, this is painful. And there might have been a pee-pop there, but that was for emphasis.
That was on purpose. And we're going to find out
It was on purpose.
we're going to find out the purpose of pain. The
purpose of pain.
After this, because Scott Stapp is going to tell us.
See, this is why, again, I think that Scott Stapp wrote this song about this fucking podcast.
Wow. I mean, it's not impossible. So listen, this podcast has been out there for 3 years, like I said.
In the zeitgeist.
I
We
used
tweeted
to
at Scott
I
Stapp.
used to tweet at him a lot, and then
Yeah,
I
I'll-
started feeling bad about it.
No, don't feel bad about it.
Well,
I think you inspired him to write another album.
that could be what happened.
Maybe just to prove us wrong, honestly.
I started feeling bad because somebody else tweeted at him. I never tweeted anything bad about him or to him.
Oh, I did.
I just no, you didn't. But I tweeted like episodes of the show, and then I would like retweet him and just make funny comments, right? And then somebody tweeted at him like a very bad insult to him, and he replied.
Oh.
And he replied in like a very taking the high road, and is like, "Hey man, sorry you feel that way. I'm just trying to do my thing here and make music for my fans. So hope you have a nice day." And I was like,
turn the other cheek kind of
yeah,
thing.
and I felt it made
Good
me
for him, man.
it made me feel bad because here I am with this Twitter handle and entire podcast that is like has his name in it, and it really now has nothing to do with him.
No, not really at all, which is also why we
That's
need
part
to
of-
end this.
that's part of why
right?
we're ending
because
this, 'cause,
we're
like-
we're not talking about him at all anymore.
No, and I don't want to talk about him. I have no interest in making fun of him at all. I mean, it just has to happen.
He was
for
funny
the-
as a novelty
for
3
the
years
show.
ago, and
Right.
now it's just sad.
Right. So, and it's sad for us, not for him. He's doing fine.
He's doing better than us.
Yes.
He has more listeners than we do. His
Oh,
new album
yeah,
was more successful
absolutely.
than any episode of this podcast.
100%.
All we're doing is really promoting him.
But so anyway, to get back to this episode of Step by Step, what happens?
they go to therapy, and then
JT and Dana have a heart to heart.
So Carol comes home after the 4th therapy session.
Yeah.
And she comes in the door and she goes, "I got it, guys. I got it. I had a breakthrough today." I just want us to be nice to each other. Like 24 hours, just no one insult each other.
Yeah.
No one get in an argument.
That's right.
No one be a dick.
And here's another thing.
Except for you, Frank.
So the therapist told her, try to go 24 hours without anyone in the family
24 hours.
fighting and try to get them to not yell at each other for a full day.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'll try. And the rest of the scene happened, but I don't remember it because all I remember is you and I talking about the fact that on the table, so they're setting the table for dinner.
It's a gravy boat.
And there's a gravy boat of ketchup
Yep.
on the
Or
table.
pasta sauce. I couldn't tell.
Listen, either way,
There's no pasta.
the only other thing on the table was salad.
There was a big bowl of salad with like the big like wooden salad spoons and a
Yep.
big wooden bowl, and then there was a
veggie platter.
Yeah, Frank put out a veggie platter
So-
of like celery and carrots.
Yeah, so guess what? Either of those foods, whether it's a gravy boat of ketchup or a gravy boat of tomato sauce, not okay. And I know what you're thinking. It was salad dressing. No, it wasn't because he brought out bottles of salad dressing
bottles
as well.
of Wishbone and put them on the table.
So it looked honestly a lot like ketchup because it had like a schmear on the top. Like it was like poured not cleanly
Yeah,
and they didn't wipe it.
but then at the end of the table there was a bottle of ketchup,
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
or it was enchilada sauce. I honestly couldn't tell.
But why?
I don't know.
Anyway,
None of this
it
was
wa-
the meal people would eat.
It was so distracting.
It's like they didn't have any food prepared, so they just went over to the craft services table and just like threw some shit on the table.
It was so distracting. I could not pay attention to. I honestly don't know what happened in that scene. All I know is that the rest of the episode happened, and JT and Carol had a heart to heart. The end.
Yeah, that was really it. Like, no one ended up actually being nice to each other. She was just like, oh, that's just like our family dynamic. And I guess like we show each other how much we care by
Yeah.
making everyone else feel like shit.
Yeah, that's their thing. So that's the episode. And unfortunately, there is no song that correlates to this episode.
Not that we know of. We got to go to the lab.
We have to go. Yes. And so, by the way, forgot to mention, we are in the lab now. We're standing in the lab.
We have no chairs in the lab. It's one thing you should know about the lab.
Yeah, the lab.
chairs.
So I did mention in a previous episode where we do all of our research for finding the song and matching it to the episode is done in the basement of a Planet Fitness.
Yep.
And the reason that is the safest place, I believe, is because that's where they keep the mops and no one ever goes down there because no one ever cleans a Planet Fitness.
And it's also the judgment-free zone.
And it's judgment free. So if they did catch us, we could.
They can't judge us.
We have diplomatic
there are no
immunity.
judges. Right.
But we have our machine that we use to put the song through to analyze it. And this is a proprietary thing. So we have to run the song through this, and we have never done this on the show before. We usually do this beforehand. We like to keep it very secret because we don't want the secret getting out there so that other people could do this.
Yeah, anyone can just go and get this machine that we have that's proprietary. No one knows what it is. It's just a machine. It could be a cotton gin for all you know.
What it is, I mean, we're ending the show. We could say it.
But you got to find the basement of a Planet Fitness to do it in.
So the machine is an Acer laptop.
Well, originally it was a Gateway 2000 desktop, but that, 32 megs of RAM just wasn't cutting it.
In 2016, it was a Gateway. Now it's an Acer. We bought it at CompUSA at the going out of business sale.
Is CompUSA a thing that most people know about?
I don't know.
Is that a national chain?
CompUSA?
I had one.
There was one near me as well.
Yeah.
So listen, if you don't
And
know,
we didn't live near each other growing up, did
right?
we?
No.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, CompUSA used to be a computer store, and they went out of business. But so if they weren't near you, listen, USA was in the name. I assume they were everywhere. But international folks, CompUSA was a store.
Yeah. Comp International you might have had.
Maybe Comp International
Comp
was a
Japan.
thing. Listen, fact remains, we bought this Acer at CompUSA, and now we have to boot it up. And so let's just do that. Okay, so it is a little bit old. It takes a little bit of
It's downloading an update right now.
It
so this
is,
gonna
yes,
take a while, huh?
it is. And so you might want, Rob, can you blow into it?
16%. Hold on.
Sometimes I don't know if it works or not. Sometimes I try it.
Yeah,
and
no.
yeah.
You got to blow in like the hard disk slot.
Just into each, so like the headphone port, the USB port.
Yeah, you want to get moisture from my mouth and all the ports.
It sometimes works.
What it is the moisture is actually conductive. So
It's
it's able
so
to create a connection.
dry inside this thing. Here we go. And we're off. Okay. Thank you, Rob. Perfect.
That's what I call a blowjob.
Wait a minute. So hold on.
What?
Yep. So it's, we have to.
God, did it blue screen?
No, but it's Clippy is here.
Oh, God.
We have to talk to Clippy.
You haven't disabled Clippy?
I have. No, Clippy is part of the entire setup.
I'm sorry. What?
Clippy is the only one who has the password
Listen,
to the computer.
all right,
I have to talk to Clippy.
Folks,
Every time.
I'm sorry. Whenever I get here, like, I'm a bit of a procrastinator. I'm always running late. Chris always gets here before me and has everything all set up, and this place is humming.
Yeah.
Now, I see what this is like.
Yeah. So
Are you
usually
running Windows 96? 95?
95. Yes.
Oh, my
and
God.
it's so unfortunately, I have to ask Clippy for the password.
You don't even have Windows themes.
No. Okay. So Clippy, what is the password?
You have to ask Clippy what the password is?
Yeah, he's the only one who knows
And
it.
he'll tell you?
No, he just types it in for me. He won't tell me it.
Oh,
I've
that's
asked
so
him,
weird.
I've tried to trick him into telling me the password.
But all you have to do is ask him to type it in. So, like, if anyone just says, what's the password, he'll just do it for
Well,
you.
sometimes he wants to like hang out.
Oh,
It's
God.
very annoying.
It's like a weed dealer.
Yes. Yes. So right now he's like, what's going on with you? Like, I don't want to talk to Clippy right now. We don't have time, Rob.
I have to say,
We gotta get to the next
God,
segment.
they're legalizing weed because now we don't have to like hang out with the guy for a while. It's just
Yeah.
a fucking transaction.
Pineapple Express.
What?
What should I tell Clippy? He said, what's going on with you? I guess nothing.
I guess
Nothing.
I guess
What is the Clippy, enter password.
no. Just don't be rude, man. Like you'd be like,
Oh, he wrote, oh, it's going to be like that, huh?
be like, nothing. LOL.
Okay. It's already two. I already wrote that in here. So, okay. Sorry, man. How are you? Since you asked, not
Ugh.
great. Oh, fuck. This is what I was
damn it.
afraid of. This is, okay.
No, like let's just go to break. We'll
Yeah,
deal
we'll
with
go to
Clippy,
break.
and when we get back from break, we'll have broken down whatever barriers.
Yes. So when we come back, we will take you through, we'll listen to the new song by Scott Stapp, Purpose for Pain.
Yes.
We'll analyze the lyrics in real time. This is
Totally.
crazy.
Yeah.
We're letting you guys in on this. And then we'll figure out which episode of Step by Step it's about. Probably something else that we haven't watched. And probably not this episode, Beyond Therapy, it's called.
Which really
Season
means
4.
we'll just say like it doesn't have anything to do with this episode, and then we'll just I guess,
that's
end
probably
the
what will happen.
podcast?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
So we'll be right back. I'm going to go talk to Clippy.
All right.
Step by step.
Okay, everyone, we're back here and we are in. Clippy finally gave me the password. Had to talk to him about like his life. It was he does have some stuff going on. I don't even want to get into it, but it's like you heard it, Rob. He's
God,
going through some stuff. If you don't know who Clippy is, by the way, like so maybe you don't know Cop USA. If you don't know Clippy,
He was national.
he was worldwide as far as I know.
yes.
If you had Microsoft Word and you started typing, he popped up. He was a paperclip.
He was always trying to help you.
He was the Microsoft Office assistant, and he was trying to give you tips on how to be better at Word.
The problem is if you've ever seen the movie Her,
Yes.
so there's a central server where Clippy is, and he's been having all these relationships with all of these people over all these years, and he gets treated like garbage by so many people, and that's going to wear on you, right?
That's right. Well, and they got rid of him at some point. And
Yeah.
so Clippy was just tossed aside to the curb. We found him just hanging out on the street, and I was like, listen, he needs a job. I gave him a job.
And he just unlocks your computer for you because you
Yep.
can't remember your password.
Well, it's not that I can't remember it. He made it.
Right.
I don't know the password.
Well, so this is what I do at work, right?
He's
I
making
make
himself,
sure
yes.
the only person who knows something.
Yep.
So that go ahead and fire me. And
Job
let this
security.
whole fucking thing fall to the ground.
Yes, make yourself.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Make
Irreplaceable.
yourself irreplaceable, invaluable. Clippy is a master of that now.
I make myself
wasn't before.
unvaluable. Is that not the right thing?
No,
Okay.
no. So, hey, here we are. We're in. We've now gotten into the system, and we can put the song through the analyzer.
Yeah, the problem is this is all command prompt, so just hang with us. It's a bit of an MS-DOS kind of deal.
It is definitely that. And Rob, you're the coder, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand this over to you.
All right.
I didn't mean to clear my throat there, but it just happened.
Yeah, let me clear my throat.
This has never been done before. We're going to listen for the first time to this song, The Purpose of Pain by Scott Stapp, together. And we should jot down the lyrics because we're going to have to talk about them.
Yeah.
So-
all right, there we go. Let's get it going.
Okay. Okay.
Classic Scott Stapp.
Yep.
Big guitar. Goes on a little bit too
Extended
long.
intro,
Yeah,
yep.
sure.
From the album, The Space Between the Shadows.
The space
Interesting.
between Dave Matthews.
Yeah, kind of. Wait. All right. Stop right there. I wait in the dark
Through whispering winds.
through whispering winds. Okay.
What could that mean?
I don't know. I don't think anything yet. Let's keep listening.
Well, the baby's in the dark, right? Suzanne's belly.
I mean,
It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. You're right. I'm jumping. I always do this. I always do this.
I mean,
I
you're
jump the
right,
gun.
though. You're right. But let's see what else he has to say.
Yeah.
I lie awake because I know how it ends? Or I know how it is?
Know how it ends.
Awake because I know how it ends. All right?
I believe so. Rewind it. Rewind it. Let's hear it
Nah,
again.
who cares?
Echoes of Hell. The weight of the world.
Even in my dreams, I can't escape from myself.
Hold the phone.
The weight of the world.
Hold on. Echoes of Hell.
The weight of the
The
world.
weight of the world. Something about my dreams.
We need to hear that again.
Okay.
You got to go 2 bars
You're
at a
right,
time,
you're
man.
right,
You
you're
know
right.
this. We go over this all
know.
the time. You go 4 bars. I need 2.
Okay, and this is, by the way, something that happens every time that doesn't get recorded is that Rob ends up yelling at me while we're listening to the song. because
Listen, I can't write
I
that
don't-
fast.
I know. Clippy's here to help, by the way. Clippy has offered
To fucking transcribe.
yes.
But you know what? I don't want to bother him.
Well, right now he's going through some real stuff.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times he like inserts his own thoughts, like he highlights stuff and leaves comments.
Yeah. Well, we did try one time. We were like, "Fine, Clippy, transcribe the thing," and then he wrote a whole.
There's a diatribe.
It was like a diary entry.
Yeah.
For like what's going on with him, and I was like, "Were you even listening to the song?" It didn't seem like he was.
Well, the problem is, I mean, Clippy's had millions of relationships,
Yeah.
and I'd say maybe 2% of them were people who actually asked for his help, but then they were like
As far as I know,
asking for things he couldn't even do, so he felt incompetent.
right.
And then the other half was people going, Clippy, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he's got a complex real bad. He's
so bad.
Yeah. But as far as I know, right now we're the only ones using him.
So like I feel like he's on the path to recovery,
Yeah.
but like I can't be his therapist.
No, of course, and the stuff going on right now with his brother, I don't even want to get into it.
He keeps talking about Excel all the time, about how everyone wants Excel,
Yes.
and how Excel has, a grid format and can do calculations, and all he
Yeah.
can do is basically just help you with formatting.
He keeps trying to get me to, he's like, "Hey, do you have to edit an image? Why not put it in Word?" And I'm like, "Dude, that is the worst place to paste an image in the universe, is to Microsoft Word."
It's like, let me help you center it. Wait,
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's like, you think it,
Like left align center, that helps no one.
I don't think he knows about Photoshop. Like if he heard about Photoshop, he would. I don't even want to tell him. I don't want to tell him.
He's also really upset about Vizio has been killed.
Yeah.
So like he's taking that really hard.
Well, Vizio, and that's kind of what I was getting at, is that Vizio he considered to be a brother
it was his brother
to him. It was his brother.
from another mother, but yeah.
Yes, of course, they were step siblings, but Vizio, he was like so excited. Do you remember when he first was telling us about Vizio? He's like, "Oh, you could make all these arrows and boxes. and
Flowcharts, you just right click and then boom, and it
flowcharts,"
goes right
and
to the
it's
next
like,
box.
Never mind that the arrow, sometimes you try to move it to line up and it just shoots the other way and you got to recenter it and it takes forever. Never mind that. It's awesome. And I'm like, okay, Clippy. So he's dealing with some stuff right now.
Yeah, he's
because,
like rest in peace, Vizio 2010 all the time.
yeah. And so,
So I'm sorry, if you don't have a technical job or you don't use flowcharts, you probably don't know what we're talking about.
or a non-technical job.
Or any job where you're just kind of like, hey,
Where
I need to make a flowchart.
Make you do workflows and stupid stuff. Anyway, Clippy aside, we did want to re-listen to the that last line.
Even in my dreams, I can't escape from myself.
Even in my dreams, I can't escape from myself.
I can't escape. escape from myself. Oh man, who was dreaming in this one?
Listen, we're not there yet.
Who was dreaming though? Tell me right now. Who was dreaming? Part of the process.
Cody.
Who was dreaming?
Cody was dreaming because he
It
was.
always happens with the B plot.
Yeah,
tell
Cody
ya.
turned into a werewolf in
I'm
his
not saying it's
dream.
about this episode
No,
yet.
no.
But I feel like I got a couple of lines in here.
Still probably not, but let's just keep going.
We should order food, right?
Oh, from upstairs at Planet Fitness?
Like, you think the pizza's out yet?
Listen, we've talked about this. Planet Fitness is delicious because they have pizzas on Monday nights. They have never-ending pasta bowls, I think we said.
Yeah.
This is a true story, and I will say this. I was at Planet Fitness. I do go to Planet Fitness.
I know you do.
I like Planet Fitness because I am the type of person who works out for not to get in shape, right? I work out to kind of maintain a level of where I'm at, right? So like I
Try
am
not to get fat.
Yeah, and it's not so like if people don't know what I look like, I'm like a thin guy. If you saw me, you might think he's in shape. The
Yeah.
truth is, I'm not. I'm like in the middle of in shape and not in shape. And I go there and I don't want to go to a gym where I'm doing a weight thing and the guy next to me is like, bro, what's up with your form? I don't want to be talking to that guy. At this gym, at Planet Fitness, no one is saying that because we're all doing it wrong.
No one has form.
Right.
Everyone's going to hurt themselves.
I know I'm doing it wrong. I don't care. I just don't want to talk to anyone. It's a judgment-free zone, and that's what I like about it. So anyway, my story was, and this is true, I was in Planet Fitness this week, and I'm walking out from the locker room, and I smell very strongly like a freshly baked cake. Like it smells so good, and it smells like a delicious baked cake.
You
and
know,
I
you
was
want
like,
your gym to smell like it's food.
well, right. And so I'm like, wow, it smells great. What is that? And I'm like, oh, it smells like someone just made some kind of baked good. And then I go, they probably did. Like, this is probably a real thing. Like, somebody who works there or maybe somebody going there
Somebody's birthday.
made a cake and brought it in. And then it's like, maybe that's also like a marketing tactic. They know the people who eat cake will go there if they smell cake. I don't know.
You think
I
they're
don't know.
projecting
I don't
cake
know. I
out
don't
into the
know.
world?
It could
And
just
so, like,
be-
people will just all of a sudden
Yes.
become like fucking lemmings and just follow the scent?
They might have like a cake spray. I don't know.
A
But,
cake spray.
like, to get the people who, if they smell cake, they'll go to it.
So it's like the opposite of pepper spray?
Kind of,
They go out and
yes.
spray people in the face and keep spraying, and then they just keep following them all the way to the Planet Fitness?
I don't know. All I
Like a
know
Pied
is that
Piper, a cake.
all I know is I came out of the locker room and it smelled so much like a deliciously fresh cake that I was like hungry.
See, so me, personally,
Yes.
I don't like cake.
Sure, but if
I don't
you
like the smell of cake.
Okay,
I don't like the smell of pastries.
right, and so this is why you don't go to Planet Fitness.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go to a different gym.
Right.
And I am the guy who's going to tell you,
What does it
you gotta
smell
work on
like?
your form because you're going to get hurt.
Does it smell like sweat and farts?
My gym? Actually, yeah, there's a guy in there who he puts his phone, true story,
Yes.
puts his phone down on the like the bench, right? Like the free weights bench.
Okay.
And he audibly plays Z100, listening to like the phone tap and stuff from like what's his name?
Not through headphones.
Elvis Duran. No headphones on. The guy doesn't have headphones. Just plays it out of the speakerphone of his phone.
Interesting.
And he's never washed his gym clothes. I just see him put them back in his locker every day.
oh, gross.
And they smell
Yeah.
like you walk in the room and it's not a big
yeah.
gym, but it's not a small gym. If you're on the exact other side of the gym, you can still smell them.
Wow.
It's disgusting.
Yep. That's why I don't go to other gyms. I go to Planet Fitness. It smells like cake and pizza. Now, back to the song.
I'm sorry, what? I shut every door.
I think he says
through a hua-ha,
I shot every door but the right one.
but the right one.
I think. Shot every door but the right one.
Okay. I caught the devil
I caught
and he
the
won.
devil and he won. Wow.
That's very Frank Zappa.
The devil and he won.
I wrote Zappa instead. And he won.
I also don't understand that. I caught him and he won. If you caught him, I mean, I've heard I fought the law and the law won, but that's not what he said.
I caught the devil and the devil won.
Right. Okay. Do we have enough here to go on?
I think so.
Yeah.
'Cause, if we know a Scott Stapp song, and I know a Scott Stapp song, because
Yeah.
I am a huge Scott Stapp band, he gets it all out in the first minute, and after that, it's just repetition.
He puts it in the first verse, makes it clear.
He gives you what you need to know, and then he hits you with the repetition so that you can just vibe, right?
Let's go through it. This is Scott Stapp, Purpose for Pain. I wait in the dark through whispering winds. I lie awake because I know how it ends. I mean, a lot of this, I hate to say, sounds like the Cody plot, right?
This happens sometimes. Scott sometimes doesn't, he doesn't care about the A plot.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be about the kids going to therapy, but I got to be honest, and thank God we mentioned the Cody plot.
Thank
Cody,
God I brought it up again.
Cody is afraid he's turning into a werewolf, and then he has a dream that he does.
Yeah.
I wait in the dark through whispering winds. Cody's lying awake. I lie awake because I know how it ends. He's lying awake, afraid he's going to turn into a werewolf.
Clutching his chest.
Echoes of hell. Where do you think werewolves come from? Heaven?
Hell?
I don't think so.
No. Hell, motherfucker.
Hell, motherfucker. The weight of the world. Even in my dreams, I can't escape from myself. He's
That's
turning
right.
into a werewolf
Yes.
who's also himself. Right?
I can't deny it. I'm a straight riot. You don't want to fuck with me.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Wow. And then, okay, so now here's something, Rob, and you've said this before. You think maybe Scott Stapp is writing this song to us, right? And
I do.
you think it's possible because this is the first, as far as I'm concerned, the first song he's released as Scott Stapp since we've started the podcast.
Oh, do you think he has a pen name he's releasing songs under?
Well, Art of Anarchy had an album that we
but he got
talked about.
sued over that. Yeah.
But I lie awake because I know how it ends. What's ending?
This podcast.
Yeah.
Hoo boy.
Yeah. So let's think about that for a second. Is he lying awake because he's upset that we're ending the show? Is he lying awake because he somehow knows how we're ending the show? Or is he saying that he's going to come and end us?
Ooh.
There's a lot of ways to interpret this, and I
There is.
don't like most of them.
I don't want to check my mail for a cease and desist.
No. Like he knows how it ends because he's already sent his lawyers to talk to us.
So he says, I caught the devil,
Yeah.
and the devil won, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
Are we the devil? Did he catch us? Is he saying he's on to us?
I caught the devil.
He's on to us.
So we're in this scenario, we are the devil, but he says the devil won.
Well, I guess it's because he knows we're going to go on and just do another podcast. He can't keep us down, right?
Right. So
he can't keep us off the airwaves, out of your eardrums.
Okay, so he's caught us, meaning he knows we're ending the show.
Mm-hmm.
He knew it even before we did, but ultimately we won. So he caught us. The show's over. We're not going to talk about him anymore, right? But we're going to go on and do a different show, and so we kind of still win.
Yeah, we win.
So let's end the episode, and we will be back in a couple of weeks with our second to last episode of the show. So join us then. Leave us voicemails, like we said, and we'll play them on the finale, and then we'll see you next time, right?
We will see you next time.
And then, so let's just sign off here. Oh, Clippy is wants to say something.
All right. Does he want to talk or does he want to text?
He knows that. Well, I don't think he talks. He makes little sounds and then he types to you. Okay, and now he's saying he's plugging his podcast. Clippy has a podcast?
I mean, he is the internet.
Oh God. Okay.
What's
I
it
knew
called?
this was gonna happen. He's saying it's He's saying it's Word to Your Mother with your host Clippy is the name of the show. And Word is capitalized like it's the Microsoft Word.
Yeah, it's also the first word of the sentence.
So it should be
it
capitalized.
normally be
Yeah.
capitalized, yeah.
But the W is the logo.
the word
Yeah,
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
fine.
there's like a little copyright symbol at the end of it.
Yes. All right. So fine. Guys, Clippy wants to promote his podcast. Go listen to Word to Your Mother with your host Clippy. You happy, Clippy?
Don't let this fill the void for you, though. I have to say that.
No. And he says he's not happy. He's still not happy. He's sad. Anyways,
Ugh, God. All
that's
right.
this show. On behalf of the podcast, Step by Step, I'm Chris McCarthy.
I'm Rob Haddon.
And we just want to say that we Can't step.
But we're going to have to step pretty
We're going to
soon.
step soon.
Yeah, we'll
but
step
right
soon.
now, for now, we won't step.
We won't step.
Okay. Bye.
Step by step.